going on, everybody? As you guys jump in here, thanks for being in here. Kretia W, KCU2. Oh, there we go. I'm back. Sorry about that. Hey, everybody. Sweet and Low, good to see you again. Good to see you in here. Paul Kenneth George, good to see you as well. Hey, Jets fan. Hey, Paul, how's it going, sir? Good to see you. Coached by Courtney, good to see you as well. What's going on, Jets fan? How's your day today? How's work? Hope work was going well. Hi, Coach Sam. Good to see you, Coach Sam. Nikki G. Good to see you, Nikki G. Anna Brown 15. AB 15. Good to see you as well. Thank you so much, man. I'm just trying to do everything. Hey, good morning, Gabe. Good to see you, Gabe. Gabe Muller. You guys check out Gabe Muller. He's doing a lot of great things in the financial space. I don't know if he scopes. He hasn't scoped yet, but he's a chief operating officer of Glassman Wealth Services. Great guy on Twitter and a bunch of good with media, very good media guy and video guy. He's also an avid pilot, like flying stuff. Hey, Nicole Hawk, good to see you. Good to see you on here. Thank you for your purchase of the book, Nicole. I'll get that shipped out to you today or tomorrow at the latest. Thank you, guys, for sharing. Angel Bookshelf, good to see you as well. Angel, always a pleasure. Georgie, reminds me of this MC Light song, Georgie. I want to become a UPS pilot. Oh, that's awesome, Jets fan. That's awesome. Scopes on the way for the air. Oh, that'd be kind of cool. That'd be kind of cool, Gabe. Hey, how's it going? Jets fan, yes. So I'm happy for you. That's good. I like the fact you have that mission, you have that idea, to be a pilot. Hey, Sandy, good to see you. Bison G Art, or is it Bisong Art? Good to see you. Good morning. Thank you, Nicole. Guys, do me a huge favor. I'm gonna get started. If you like the things that I say, if you like the messages that you've heard before from me, do me a huge solid favor. I ask you for two things and two things only. The first is to invite your friends and followers. The second is to give me a bunch of hearts. Now, I'm not really caring that much about hearts, but I like to know that you guys are here, and that's kind of one way I know that you guys are listening or here is by giving me hearts. But invite your friends and followers, get them into the scope. We're going to talk about motivation, business, life in general, and how all that relates together. They're actually very related. Hey, Portia Consults, good to see you. Beth Hoover is awesome. Loved your scope the other day. I love the stuff that you do with health and fitness and wellness and stuff. So that's awesome. Yes, Portia. Sandy has amazing scope. She's doing a lot of things. She murders debt. She gets you to murder your debt, right? Now, why do I use the word murder? I can say kill. I can say alleviate. I can say anything else. The reason why I use the word murder your debt is to shock you out of the mindset that that's not that important. I want to remind you of the severity of it. So murdering your debt means you're putting it to bed. It's over. You're burying it, right? You take care of it. It's done. And that's the reason why I use those terms. I want to see if I want to see them. Okay, cool. Thanks for sharing this, guys. You guys are phenomenal. If you are new in the scope, do me a huge favor and put your put a 1 in the chat box. If not, then I know who everybody already is for the most part. Good to see you jumping in here, Tiffany. My name is Ebongeka. I'm a certified public accountant in the Washington, D.C. area. I'm also the author of the small business book, best-selling business book, Start Me Up, the No Business Plan Business Plan. In addition to that, I'm the founder of Economics, where you focus on your mission, your mindset, and your money, and the importance of those three areas being congruent in order to live a life of purpose and passion. That makes sense. Guys, thank you so much. I need to sell those shades. I know. Eco certified. Thank you so much. I love them. They're great. It was sunny outside. I couldn't wait. Hey, Dr. Maria. Thank you so much, Dr. Maria Salas. The whole point of the book is to get you away from worrying about writing a business plan. A lot of people waste their time writing business plans that nobody reads. And so that whole point was to give you 4 simple areas you need to focus on to get started with your business, by identifying your needs and solving problems and the pricing, and then also sales and social media. So that's the reason why I think it resonated with so many people. It helped people get to Dr. Maria, if you want to get a copy of the book, I will send a copy and send it to you. You go to startmeupbook.com. She can't handle Abong's positivity. You know what? Some people, not everybody can. Not everybody likes chicken soup. Not everybody likes lentils. Not everybody likes turkey. Some people are vegans. They're all different. So thank you so much, Sandy. Yes, Dr. Maria, it's startmeupbook.com. You go check it out. If you get it there, I will send it to you directly. It's also available in all other areas as well. So if you want it from me directly, you buy it, I sign it, autograph it, and I send it to you, ship it to you. So with that said, today I wanted to talk to you guys about the importance of perspective. And why I speak with so much authority. So I used to get these questions from people, and people would always say things like, Abong, why do you speak with so much passion? Why do you speak with so much authority? Why do you speak with so much depth in what you say? And hey, Paul, check out Sandy Smith. She's the one who murders debt. You can Sandy, put some emojis in there. It's Yes, I Am Cheap. Just check her out. She has a blog, and she has some programs, stuff like that. You can check her out about debt and stuff like that. And so people ask me, why do I speak with so much authority? Why do I speak with so much passion? The thing is this, my perspective is different. And because my perspective is different, my outcome is different. The rewards I experience are different. Here's a perfect example. So I talk about my book, right? Start Me Up, the No Business Plan. Very simply put, before I got a book deal, I got an actual traditional, I published this traditionally. It took me over 2.5 years to get somebody to even pay attention to me, to this book being published. It took me almost 3 years to get the book published. You understand what I'm saying? So with that being said, what I had to go through of writing every single night for hours and hours every single night, even when I didn't feel good, even when I was tired, even when I didn't have the energy, even when I wanted to go to sleep, I wrote every single night, whether it was for 30 minutes or 3 hours, I was writing every single night. I ended up building up an inner muscle, an inner discipline that forced me to be consistent in what I was doing. So when I ended up getting a book deal, right, within 3 years of ups and downs, being told no by over 250 different people, when I ended up getting a book deal, this is what they said to me. They said, Abong, congratulations. Hey, Chiquita Flores, thank you so much. They said, Abong, congratulations. You can screenshot it. They said, Abong, congratulations. We want to do a book project with you. And they said, the bad news is you got to write this book in 3 months so we can get it out in less than a year. But you see, you got to understand, because my perspective had been different, I spent all my time trying to spend my time doing this, that it didn't matter, right? So for me, 3 months of writing 65,000 words was not impossible. If I had to look, if I spent 3 years to do this, do you not think that I can write this write 65,000 words in 3 months, all by myself, while working on a big project and traveling, right? Working 12 hours, coming home at 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock at night, writing from 10 to 3 every single night. Why? I put my all. I created a sense of discipline in the last 3 years of writing, so that all I had to do was write. So exactly, Dr. Maria, I already had the book written. So for me, had I not done that before, this would not be able to come to fruition. But again, going back to perspective, my perspective was different because of all the work I put in, all the ditches that I dug. Right, I already dug ditches. Right, so now I knew what it felt like. I knew what it took. I know what it took. I knew what I had to go through. So my perspective was different. My rewards were different. This was one of the rewards I got from having a different perspective years prior. I had committed. So you have to understand this principle. If you're going through something difficult in your life, if you're going through a difficult situation, you got a project you want to take, you got something you want to do, you got an idea you want to take to another level. You got to understand, people beside you, people you know, people who like you will tell you it's not going to work. They're going to give you all sorts of opinions masquerading as advices, right? To tell you why it's not going to work. But again, if your perspective is different, your outcome will be different. Your rewards will be different. Hey, what's going on, Sharon? You got to check out Sharon. She's a entrepreneur, marketing specialist, the P3 solution. I spoke at her summit about almost 2 months ago. She's doing great things. I love her. So she's based in the Washington, D.C. area. She has a book called Market Simple. I don't have a copy with me. I'll show it to you. But it's called Market Simple. She's doing a phenomenal thing. She's basically, I think it's the p3solution.com. You go check her out. Yes, I'll be back in 2016. I've already committed, because Sharon, I liked what we were doing. I liked everybody who was there. It was a great experience. So no problem. So the reason why I want to talk about perspective today was this, very simply put, was I wrote an article last night. I wrote it last night before I went to bed. It literally I wrote an answer on Quora. And I also took that, I'm going to put it on my Huffington Post blog. So I also write for the Huffington Post. I didn't mention that too. So we spend so much time writing and working for others. Exactly, Paul. We shortchange ourselves because we don't have the proper perspective of where our life should be or what our life should look like or what we should be doing, right? So we understand, we believe, and we behave in a way that we give most of our gifts away without charging for them. Hey, Kathy E. Smith, I got your message. I'll respond later today. Thank you so much. So if I have an idea of starting a business, will your book, it will help you guide. Yes, my book will guide you through it. If you have an idea for a business. I also tell you what to think about when it comes to, your business idea. So thank you for that question. That was a segue into my next point. So I answered a question on Quora where someone asked a question, why are the people who are not so smart, not so well educated, why are they rich? Right? By the way, I write for Huffington Post. Oh, yeah. Yeah, sorry, Dr. Maria. Yeah, I do a bunch of things. So I write for Huffington Post, but I also do TV. So I'm also a TV finance contributor for I can't wait to read it. Oh, yes. Awesome. I do, MSNBC, Fox News, CNN, Rise TV, China Central, HuffPost Live. I'm doing TV all the time. And I also contribute to Entrepreneur and, Inc. magazine and Huffington Post. I actually directly write. And so the thing is this. So I answered a simple question. Is my book out? My book is out. My book's already out. You can go grab it. You can get a copy from me directly, or you can get it from Barnes & Noble's, Amazon. It's Start Me Up. You go to startmeupbook.com. You can get a signed copy from me, if you want it. And so I answered a simple question. Somebody asked a question. This is a question. So why are people who, that too. Sorry, Dr. Carla. I also did, Dr. Maria, I also did a TEDx talk, about last year or 2 years ago, on controlling your own economy. And it's empowering you from an entrepreneurial perspective to go after what you want and telling you the simple blueprint to get that, in order to get there. And that's kind of what the TED talk was about. There's a lot of things I do. I share them, but I'm not sitting here and just telling my whole resume. I want to give the message out more than anything else. So, yeah, just email your resume out. I know, that's funny. And, so I answered a question on Quora. The question was, why are people who are not so educated, who are not so smart, why are they getting rich? And the question I answered is this. There are two things you need to focus on that people do when it comes to, wealth. The first thing is, hey, what's going on, Raph? Good to see you, my friend. The first thing is people say, invest in the stock market. You wait for 40 years. When you're 65 years old, you can retire and you got money. That's one way. The other way is you got to come up with some idea, right? You got to come up with an idea that solves a problem that people are willing to pay you money for. That's the blueprint. Everybody I've met in my life who is smart, not smart, who has tremendous amounts of wealth, people I've met who are worth $500,000, who are worth as much as 50 million to 100 million. It's the same thing throughout all those periods, regardless of whether they went to college or not, or didn't go to college. The same thing is this. They solved the problem that somebody was going to give them money for, and they were able to scale it. So that's the simplistic truth of that. Yes. He scopes. He's awesome. Right. I think he scopes. Yes, that's a great point, Lo. Saving money doesn't make you rich. Finding out how to make more does. That's the principle. So I talked about action takers versus those who don't take action. And that's one of the major differences. So with that being said, I want to remind you that your perspective matters. The way you see the world matters. The way you see your setbacks matter. The way you see your faults, your trials, your tribulations, your problems, everything you see in your life. The way you see your perspective on those particular events in your life, they matter more than anything else. What's going on, hockey manager? Good to see you, my friend. Hey, what's going on? Chris? Thank you for being back here. I haven't seen you in a long time, so good to see you. So you got to understand the simple principle. Your perspective has to change. Who you are today cannot be who you're going to be tomorrow, because if there's no change, you will be the same person, asking the same questions in the same environment, if that makes sense. So why do I speak with such authority? Why do I speak with such passion? Why do I speak with such conviction? Because I've lived that life. Everything you see that I've done, I've lived it. I've never been handed anything in my life, ever. People want to say luck, opportunity, the economy. Those are excuses. I live the lives that I talk about. The things that I talk about, I've done. The things that I talk about and I share. So I want to implore you guys, you can do everything you want to do on this earth while you're still here, while you have breath in your nostrils. But you got to understand a simple principle. The way you look at your obstacles, the way you look at your past, the way you look at your trials and tribulations is exactly what you need to push you to that next level of greatness. Plain and simple. You will never get to that next level remaining in the same version you are today. If you're asking questions, pointing fingers, talking about the economy, talking about all these things in platitudes, you will never get to that next level. You understand what I'm saying? Thank you so much. Thank you, Maria. Hey, Maria, Dr. Maria, you know what? You're right. People who know me intimately know that I talk about a sense of urgency every single day. Why? There are people, you got to get a simple principle, my friends. There are people who were here yesterday, who 14 of them died at a holiday party because 2 crazy people came and shot them up. They had no idea that they were going to die that day. They thought they were going to go and have Christmas vacation with their family. They're going to go somewhere else. Every single day, tomorrow is never guaranteed. You don't know where you're going to be tomorrow. So again, I have a tremendous sense of urgency every single day in my life to make sure that I live a life of purpose and passion. And then I can leave a legacy behind, right? That includes writing books. That includes writing articles. That includes building my business. That includes sharing my message to people who are willing to listen like you guys. That's why I love you guys. I just saw Tara Tate the Great come in here. I always talk about Tara when she comes to my scope because she's also an inspiration to me. She runs social media for Arbor Snowboards, and she had 2 traumatic brain injuries. I interviewed her for a blab several months ago, and she had 2 traumatic brain injuries, cracked her skull, like skateboarding and other stuff, and it got run over by a truck. You don't seem to understand. You don't get the simple principle. She almost died, people, twice, but she came back, right? But one of the main ingredients for her coming back to where she is, where she's able to excel, she had a perspective of positivity. People can say I don't like positivity. I think positivity is bullshit. They can say all these different things, but again, there's scientific studies that show it. Tara Tate is the living proof that thinking in a different mindset, having a different mindset matters to what happens to your life. So someone like her can look back at somebody complaining about a hangnail, complaining about, getting coffee spilled on them, complaining about breaking their nails, right? And she can look back and say, my perspective is different. I can't relate to you complaining about things that are insignificant because I almost died twice. I can't look back to somebody who's complaining about writing a book and taking 10 years to write a damn book because I wrote one in 3 months. So I cannot relate to that. You understand what I'm saying? So that's why I'm trying to implore you guys as my friends, as the Lord is my witness. If your perspective becomes different and you look back at your trials and tribulations and obstacles, you'll have a different way of thinking. You'll have a different way of seeing. You will see the future materialize in front of you before it comes to pass. Then your brain will allow you to do the things that are necessary to get to your Mount Everest. Plain and simple. Exactly. Her perspective on life is different. Insignificant things don't bother. Like, again, I'm not telling you got to almost die in order to get to this place, but you got to think, you got to work on thinking differently. Oh, you're welcome. You're so welcome for the spike of caffeine. Speaking of which, I got my own Starbucks, a red cup. I haven't drank it yet. I just bought it. So yes. I spoke. Yes. So again, my goal in all of this is to empower you and to remind you that if your perspective is different, my friends, your outcomes are different, your rewards are different. The people who aren't living the life that they want, go ask them questions. You'll see their perspectives are crap. They're worried about stuff that doesn't matter. They're complaining about ISIS. They're complaining about the economy. They're complaining about Obama. They're complaining about the GOP. They're complaining about Ted Cruz. All of that stuff has nothing to do with their lives. All of that has nothing to do with their ability to make money, live a life that they want. But if you go deeper and find out what really ails them, it's they're not making enough money. They're not living the way they want to live. They don't have the relationship that they really need, right? Because they haven't looked withinward to see, look, what kind of perspective do I have that allows me to live the life that I'm living? My life has exponentially changed when my mindset changed, guys. Plain and simple. And some of you guys have had that same experience. When your mindset changed, your life changed. Everything you had in your life, it grew. Everything you experienced was different. A negative outlook will never yield. Exactly, Coach by Courtney. Boom. I wish I had a mic, I'd drop it. A negative outlook will never yield positive results. Exactly. Distraction, complaints. I don't like to use the word hate. I rarely use the word. I almost never use the word hate. But I abhor people who complain. I abhor complaints. Why? Because it takes away, it gives your brain a reason to lack action, to not take action. So when you complain about something, you're not taking action in it. And exactly, it's impossible to have excuses and results. I'm not interested in excuses. I'm not interested in your complaints. I don't have the time for that. Because if you were dying today, would you waste your time complaining about the person being mean to you? Would you complain about your parent being an asshole? Would you complain about a customer yelling at you? Would you complain about that if someone told you that today was going to be your last day on this planet? No, you wouldn't. So then why do you allow that to permeate into your environment? I shed all that stuff. I'm not interested. It's gone. It's out. You come with me with craziness, I just cut you off. Why? Because when I'm about to go, I'm not going to, there's no timeline, people. This is not a television show. This is not a where like, you know, on TV, they're like, okay, you know the person's going to die. They're having their last words and like, oh, this is going to happen to talk. In real life, that never happens. Your lights turn out. That's it. Stop wasting energy, unnecessary stuff. Exactly. Negativity, be gone. Poof. Exactly. Poof. Be gone, negativity. So, with that being said, yeah, thank you so much for that. If your perspective is different, your outcomes will be different. Your rewards will be different. The people who are getting stuff in life, they have a different perspective. Ask them. Talk to them. I had lunch with I met Gabe, who may still be on here. I spent time with Gabe and the guy who works with Barry. Something he was saying, it's amazing. Like the life, like you can see how happy they are living their lives. I'm talking to a guy yesterday I had breakfast with him. He's talking about his life. He's enjoying his life. Why? I want to be like those people. Like being depressed and angry and stressed is not part of who we're supposed to be. That's why your body says, okay, you're stressed. It releases cortisol to get you in a place you can make a decision because it thinks you're going to die. And so if your body thinks you're going to die, it's going to die. That's why stress and anxiety is bad for you. We worry about stuff for no reason. I told you guys the 3 things that Alan Gross, the guy who got released from Cuba, talked about. He talked about he did physical action, physical movements. Other thing was he had one thing to laugh about every single day. And then he reminded himself of the people who survived worse experiences, people who survived the Holocaust. He had family members who survived the Holocaust, and he's in a Cuban prison. He thought he can get through because of that. It's a very simple formula, guys. The thing is, we don't have the discipline to go after it. So again, I want you guys to change your perspective, one step at a time, incrementally. It's not going to happen overnight, but take incremental increases, incremental steps towards what you want, because what you want is on the other side of who you become. If you don't become that person, you won't get it, right? That's why people who win the lottery, athletes, they go broke within years. Why? Because their character didn't catch up to their talent, right? Their character didn't catch up to the rewards they received. If your character and your rewards aren't aligned, it doesn't last very long. You lose your money quick. You lose your friends quick. You lose your life quick. Athletes, rock stars, actors, whatever. If there's no grind, people who are surviving, ask them. They grind. They had to grind. People don't understand. Before Bradley Cooper became famous, he was grinding. So now he's not going crazy because he realizes the importance of what he had to go through. Why? Because his perspective was different, and therefore his outcome is different, and his rewards will be different. Exactly. Wasted talent. All right, guys. You guys are awesome. I love you guys. Be great today. Dominate your day. I enjoy every single day because it may be my last. Who knows? I don't want it to be. I'm not saying that. I'm not speaking. It's not a premonition. I'm just saying in general. So as for me, I'll try to live every day like that and live a legacy of greatness behind with everybody else. I want you guys to be happy. Grit and gratitude. I love it, Tara. That's amazing. Have an amazing, awesome day. Mel Fit Journey. Good to see you in here. Siri to Siri. Good to see you. You hyped? Good. Take your chair and throw it to the window. I'm kidding. Don't do that. Hey, Wealth Club 23, good to see you, man. Thank you so much for the follow. I appreciate that. Coach by Courtney, you are phenomenal yourself. Thank you so much. Girl Meets Glass, I love it. Grateful Alley, Grateful Alley. Good to see you guys. You guys are phenomenal. Do not throw your chair through the window. I will not be held responsible for that. Yes, please catch the replay. DMT Boston. Hey, DJ, pam, the replay. I keep saying that song every time I see